What is up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're listening. Welcome to the Dadbod Golf Pod. With me today, Kyle Rush and Ben Taylor, some of the best dadbods in golf. Guys, what is going on?
What's up? What's up, Nate?
How you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
It didn't come out like that in the mirror earlier, but it's okay.
So
There's
Nate,
more intros to come.
Yep. Nate obviously won the Player of the Year argument pretty much. So he gets to lead the show off. That was a little side bet we had, and
Rushed it a little bit.
Rushed it a little bit.
Yeah.
You got nervous. I mean, it's your first time. I get it. It's all right.
It helps if you have a shirt on. Sometimes it kind of calms you down a little bit.
So this was my bachelor weekend.
Yes.
And I'm disappointed to say that no longer own any polos after this bachelor weekend. So the show today is just some skin.
So there's gonna be some.
There's a lot of shoulders. Shoulders.
There's a lot of shoulders. You
don't think I didn't adjust this camera angle to make sure that my nipples are not in view right now.
You don't want to offend any of the ladies that may be watching, so you decided
That's
to be
right.
shoulders only. Okay,
That's
I got
right.
you.
Yeah,
I like it. You look good, buddy. You look
proud
great.
of it.
For a bachelor weekend, you look awesome.
I think this is interesting that the one guy who's really not a dad bod is the one showing some skin. I mean, I think there should be some times down the road where maybe the dad bods.
That's not going to happen.
Have some.
I think we should all do a show shirtless soon.
Okay, you boys go right ahead.
Down. I'm trying to pave the way.
Show that hamburger meat. That a boy.
I know Ben doesn't even like to have hat hair, so this probably is not going to happen. Ben's probably not going to do it, but maybe I'll get a little squirrely and go shirtless one day. But
there you go,
Nate. This is groundbreaking. This is history.
It's huge. Yeah,
this is history. This is the first shirtless podcast on the Dadbod Golf Pod. So
will not be the last.
Will not be the last. We've probably had several pantsless, but
yes.
It's not
and
really
for the record, I do have pants on. I am not doing this podcast naked.
Okay,
so,
good deal.
Good.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the imagery there.
Thanks for the visual.
So this is episode 38. You're listening to episode 38, and we just finished the Tour Championship. And the leader won. Go figure. The guy that started off with the lead ended up winning. He did hit some really clutch shots because John Rahm made a charge there at the end. The shot he hit into 18, the second shot. First of all, the drive. He drives one 360 juiced up all the way to the end of the fairway, and then he hits a 6-iron to about 15 feet or closer. Just basically sealed it. So congrats to Patrick CANlay. I gave you a lot of crap, but you're good. You're really good at golf.
That's the first time I've seen his last name too.
Patrick CANlay.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick CANlay. Yeah.
15 million in your pocket. He's gonna be just fine, boys.
And his girlfriend is certified.
Smoke show. She was
certified
great.
Smoke. Yeah.
That's the first time I'd seen her. I don't think she acted as excited as she should have. I don't think it's really set in yet. I mean, granted, he probably still has made plenty of money this year since he's the top winner all year long. I mean, I get that. So he's got plenty in the bank account, but he hadn't gotten any $15 million checks.
I would say he didn't act as excited as he should have when that putt went in.
Well, that's because he has no personality whatsoever.
Well, that's fine. He's got plenty of money to work on his personality.
That's the best way to put it.
I mean, Bryson's over there fist bumping for a 10th place finish. My man CANlay is smoothly.
Hey,
I can tell.
Listen,
I can tell the Tour Championship is over, but this little thing we got going on, not over yet.
They may have to actually tell him that he won. Like he's like a human volume walking around. It was so boring.
But hey, that's the kind of guy you want on the Ryder Cup coming up.
Yes.
Patty Ice. He is a stone cold killer.
We want a machine
with no emotion. Exactly. He's like the Terminator. That may be what I start calling him, Terminator. He just has no emotion. He's a robot. He makes putts when he has to. He hits clutch shots when he has to. He makes a bogey on 17, cuts it to one shot. Could have been a 3-shot swing if Rahm would have made his birdie, and then he still had to make like a 6 or 7 footer for bogey, and just pours it in like he does it every day because he does do it every day.
That's right.
Then goes to the next hole and just steals Rahm's heart. But
when he beat Bryson, he was making 12 and 15 footers. I think the one thing that the announcers weren't giving him enough credit for this entire tournament are the 6 and 8 footers he was making.
Yes.
Like they were acting like that was just normal. And I'm like, no, with 15 million on the line, to me, that's not normal. Those are knee knockers every single time. And I mean, he's making 6, 8, not necessarily like the 10 or 12 footers like he was with Bryson, but he was making the 6 and 8 footers when he had to have them this week. And it was just demoralizing to the other player. Like,
for sure.
He did it last week. Here he goes this week, doing it again.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Nate, do you have any big takeaways from? You have anything that we may have missed, or anything you want to take away from the Tour Championship other than you win your pick one?
Yeah, that was. I mean, we could sit here and we could sit here and talk all day about CANlay and how great of a player he is and how he has 4 wins this season.
You sound a lot like him.
And player of the year, and did not win a major, but he won more money than the past 5 years of purses of majors combined. So that maybe has to count for something as well. Don't even look me in the eye unless you've won a Tour Championship for player of the year. But let's see, what Kevin Na had 1 bogey the whole week.
1 bogey all week, and he made probably the biggest save on par 3 coming in. I forgot what number that is.
It's not 15. It was the other par 3. It wasn't the long one over water.
No. And he went behind the bunker, and all the announcers were like, he's dead. Like
it's 9. I think it's 9.
It is 9.
It used to be 18. They used to play it the other way. It used to be 18.
It's 9. And so they're like, here comes this second bogey of the week. Like there's no way he gets, and CANlay did not get up and down. He was in the same exact spot as Na, which made me realize how good a shot Na had hit. And he still had to make probably a 12, 15 footer to save par. And he and Justin were jockeying for, that was $1 million putt essentially, because in their position where they were neck and neck, and they were playing for third. He and Na and Justin were, and Justin had a birdie putt that was the closest birdie putt on 9 all week and missed it, pushed it a little right after Na got up and down. So they both walk away with par, no blood. And then Na ends up making a birdie a little bit later on in order to have solo third. But
we'll talk about Kevin Na for a second. So he started at 3 under, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what probably.
No, he started at
place.
2 under. He started at 2 under.
Yeah,
and he finished at 16. So he shot 14 under. He shot low better. He played better than Patrick CANlay. He played better than CANlay. He played better than Ron. I mean, I'll have to go back and look, but he may have had the low. He may have had the low score for.
They said that. They said that he played the best golf of the weekend. Kevin Na did. He was the guy to watch. And
he doesn't hit it over 300 yards. Like he's hitting. They talked about how he hit it like 60 yards less than I think Bryson averaged off the tee, which I don't even know why they have to throw that out there. Like, who cares? Bryson played like crap for the most part, or just
he did.
Played average.
Kyle. We know.
I was a little let down. With round 3.
Yeah, you didn't take Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah,
Colin, go ahead.
If you want to take some time to defend that pick, because there's just
I said it when we did. I said I'm taking a flyer. I'm hoping he goes low, and he went complete opposite.
So he beat 2 guys. He beat a guy that was the only guy over par for the whole tournament.
No, he beat one guy.
He also beat a guy who played like 36 holes. And
the WD guy doesn't even count. Like he just beat one guy. WD guy is not part of the tournament, which I don't know why he didn't try to stick that. You can tell he doesn't need the money. Why he didn't try to stick that out?
Does he not? So he doesn't get the money?
I don't think you get paid on WD.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Were they not saying that Patrick Reed was going to get paid even if he didn't play?
I thought when he was in the hospital? I thought he was going to get it no matter what.
I thought I heard one of the announcers say that's why they were wondering why he just didn't stick it out to like today. Like
for $395, you bunt it around.
But I mean, I know he's got plenty of money, so that's not that big of a deal.
If he didn't get paid, then that's a big deal. But he has Brooks had, so if you don't know what happened, it was like a root that you couldn't see underneath his ball on, some hole on, I think Saturday. And you could, like I said, you couldn't see it. It was underneath the ground, and he takes a pretty violent swing with a wedge and obviously digs deep, hits the root, and immediately lets the club go. Runs into the fairway, grabbing his wrist, and I think
which is kind of strange. It was his left wrist. Usually it's your right wrist coming through. And he grabbed his left, like it jammed it or something.
Yeah, he was immediately pulled himself out.
Mhm.
He has a big match. He was supposed to have a big match with Dave Portnoy where he played Dave Portnoy left-handed on Tuesday, I believe, or tomorrow. And he postponed that. So his Ryder Cup status is sort of up in the air.
Yeah, because you and I were talking off air a little bit, Kyle. Does he postpone that Portnoy match? Because that's a bad look to drop out of a tournament and then show up and do a crazy left-handed off
Silly.
the wall celebrity tournament with the Ryder Cup coming up. So is he doing that for looks, or is he really hurt? Like, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, so his Ryder Cup status is up in the air. I'm curious to see what happens when someone who has clinched their spot. So, like I said, Brooks is number 4 or number 5. He's number 4 in the Ryder Cup standings.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? Do you get
Nate, do you know this?
7? Do you get 7 captain's picks now, or do they just shift it to where number 7, which would be Tony Finau, is now an auto pick? Like, how does that work? I'm curious to see how that plays out. Regardless, we're going to get an extra. You're going to throw Brooks out, and it's going to bring someone else into play, and we'll discuss our captain's picks a little bit later in the week. But that's going to be interesting to see.
That's an interesting conversation too for the coaches.
Yeah, because
the coaches in the picking, because they're like, okay, if he's even semi-hurt, do we want him?
Yeah,
you would think that the guy, the 7th guy on the standings, the first guy out of automatic qualifying, is just about got to be a lock for a captain's pick. So if he gets bumped in, then that essentially gives them another captain's pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If Brooks comes out, number 7, you said Finau goes in, then they're not using their captain's pick on Finau anymore.
Right.
And it goes to somebody else. So that's an interesting, we're going to do a little more digging on that.
For sure.
For sure. Portnoy was pumped that he pulled out, because now Portnoy's like, oh, that's another big dog I'm taking down.
Have you seen any of his tweets?
Oh yeah. It was the best thing that could have happened to him. It's better than him beating him was kept getting hurt and dropping out of the match 2 days beforehand.
Yep, for sure. That would have been, I was kind of looking forward to that. I thought that would have been kind of funny to watch. I mean, do y'all think, they say Portnoy, there's no chance Portnoy can beat him, or which one do you think?
No, I would give Portnoy 2 mulligans a shot, and Brooks Koepka left-handed, and I would bet as much money as I could find on Brooks Koepka.
I got to see the rules, like the tees that they're playing from, because Portnoy apparently is like somewhere between a 10 and a 15. He just doesn't play enough anymore.
No.
He looks like he's somewhere between an 18 and a 25.
When you look at his swing, you're like, there's no way.
Well,
now,
he did the mulligan thing.
I don't know if that's his employees that are bragging about him because they don't want to make him mad. But yeah, I don't think because one of them had even said, when he's playing well, he's right around a 10. I was like, there's no chance. Watching that swing, there's no chance he's a 10.
I've never heard anybody say that. So Riggs talks about how bad he is all the time. So let's stop talking about competitors and kind of talk about something else real quick. We're giving them a lot of pub. But so Brooks is out. We're anxious to see what happens to his Ryder Cup status. That's going to be fun to watch. We have September 8th, I believe, or 9th is whenever the announcement's going to be, which I guess that'd be Wednesday. So Wednesday or Thursday, they should announce the picks. So we're gonna have to speculate before then. Should be kind of fun.
Yeah, we'll have your Dad Bod Golf Pod approved picks before the official list. This comes out.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Bingo. So if you haven't noticed, I got my Swannies hat on today that I got for 25% off using my code DadBodGolfPod-25, and you can have a similar hat. Go online, Swannies.co, load up the cart, Dadbod Golf Pod -25, take 25% off your next order. Guys, are y'all as pumped about me as your September subscription box?
Dude.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
Do you think we're getting a quarter zip?
It's supposed to be seasonal. It's supposed to be seasonal. I'm hoping
we just need to get Nate a shirt, like period.
Well, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do the unboxing shirtless. And then just put the clothes on.
That's happening.
And then just put everything on as you open the box. And we're supposed to get a pretty sweet cooler too from Kanga Coolers. So I think that's going to be
good cooler company.
I've never heard of them, but their stuff looks awesome on social media, and I'm pretty fired up for that as well. So
nice.
Swannies.co, Dadbod Golf Pod -25, take 25% off your next order. All right, moving on from the Tour Championship.
Hold on. One more thing on the Tour Championship.
Go ahead, hit it.
Because we talked about Kevin Na and him being only one bogey the entire 4 rounds that he played. He also held the record for fastest round in Atlanta.
Yes, he did. He
at
ran
1 hour and 52 minutes, or no, 1 hour and 58 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Until Joaquin Niemann,
younger,
took
a
that
little bit more fit. Yep.
Today at 1 hour and 52 minutes. So he beat him by like 6 to 7 minutes for one. Here's the best part. If you saw any of his post-round interviews, they said, well, what made you come up with this? He goes, well, the caddy and I were talking about it. And he only played today. Usually he takes it. We were asking this question early in one of our pods. He usually has 9 balls with him. Only took 3 today.
Wow.
Nice.
Only took 1 to do the entire round. He didn't lose a ball all day. So he only played with 1 ball, which the caddy even admitted after the round. He was like, I've never caddied for anybody that only played 1 ball the entire round. So it was a first for him too. When they teed off on the first, he still was questioning whether he was going to do it. But the entire crowd was cheering him on and chanting his name and telling him to run. And he said, so we started doing it. He said, after that, I couldn't stop. Like I had to run the rest of the way after that.
Hey, he shot 2 over.
Yeah, he shot 2 over. And he said if the crowd had not done that, there's no chance he was going to do it today. He just was going to play an easy round of golf and be done with it. But when they started screaming at him to run, like run, Forrest, run, all of a sudden he's like, well, crap, now we got to do it now.
You think he said, well, crap? I mean, imagine what his caddy's saying. His caddy's over there like, everybody be quiet.
Oh, no, his caddy was all for it.
He want to start sprinting with a bag on
his caddy was all for it. He was prepared. He took his rain suit out. He took like all kinds of other equipment out. He was like, thank God we didn't need anything.
He's just throwing stuff out of the bag as he's going down the fairway.
He was totally prepared to do this. He was like, we're doing it. And then Joaquin was like, I got to the first tee and I was like, don't know if I want to. Everybody started screaming run. And it was like, crap, now we got to. Now we're stuck. So good for them, though. He was able to break the record. How about Kevin Na holding that record for 4 or 5 years?
That's awesome.
The slowest guy.
That's a thing.
He got put on the clock today.
Yeah. So Niemann shoots 2 over running the whole time, and he birdies the hardest hole in the course by draining a 30-footer on 15, which that hole is just, I would have chills thinking about that hole. Like sweats thinking about the whole round, because at the end of the round, like, oh my God, we still got to play 15. That's a tough golf hole. And he hit
Bryson could not play in that amount of time in 9 holes if he ran.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think couldn't do it.
He's not going to run. That would make him too trim. He's got to stay bulked up.
Yep. So moving on to the Solheim Cup, which is the female version of the Ryder Cup.
Yes.
It's been a fierce battle.
They also have cooler shoes than the males.
I'm just going to
go ahead and say it. Their shoes are so fly.
It's pretty sick. So they're battling right now. And the Europeans, when you're listening to this on Monday, it'll be the final round, which is awesome because there'll be nothing on TV basically all day until tomorrow night or tonight, whenever I guess Ole Miss and Louisville play tonight. They play from 12 to the women play from 12 to 6. It'll be the singles. So it should be, and I think it's the Europeans are up by 2 points. I think
yes, they are
9.5 to 7.5. So America's got a little bit of work to do. There was an interesting event that happened on the first day. I believe it was the first day.
This is 2 years in a row too, by the way, that something fishy has gone on with the scoring and with the concession of things. I should say 2 events, not 2 years. It's every 4 years, just like the Ryder Cup is. So it's strange that they don't know the rules.
Yeah. So early in the match, the first round, Nelly Korda and her partner are playing, and Nelly has an eagle putt at some point in the match, and she leaves it on the lip. Basically, she falls down to her knees. She thinks it's going in. She kind of falls on her knees. Well, her playing partner, the team that she's playing, picks the ball up to give it to her, give her the putt, picks the ball up, throws it to her. They walk off to the next tee. Well, the rules official comes up and says, hey, I'm sorry, but you did not give that putt 10 seconds of rest before you conceded the hole. Therefore, the hole count, the point counts. The putt counts as an eagle. They win that hole and end up winning the match by 1 hole. So if this thing goes and America wins by 1 point, that is going to be that'll be talked about for ages. What are y'all's thoughts there?
So there was a guy at AU Club that was a little bit notorious for slapping them back a little quick. Like, maybe they hadn't quite rolled out all the way. And it was never like they were about to go in and he'd slap them out. But we had a guy that was notorious. That was the first thing I thought of when this happened.
Are you serious?
But, I mean, it's not like it was about to go in the hole and he would slap it away, but there was some questionable, like he's just trying to give you the putt. It's going to be 2 inches away. He's slapping it back. And there's some, just a little bit, like let it come to rest before you slap it back to somebody. I mean, let's just, yeah. We didn't even play in 10 seconds. Yeah. But that, I guess I'm curious is it any point? Like if the ball is 3 feet away from the hole, do you still have to wait the 10 seconds? What's the proximity have to?
It's that rule of it being on the lip and you wondering if it's going to drop, and you got 10 seconds from when you get ready to address it. That rule's already great anyway, because everybody's like, when does the 10 seconds start? And
it's must be reasonable time for you to walk up to the ball and then 10 seconds. But what's the lip?
Apparently the lip is a little bit further away than we think it is, because Kyle and I were talking about it. That ball was not going in unless a 70-mile-per-hour wind came up. That ball was
uphill. Like it's not gonna fall on the lip back uphill.
It was gonna have to go back uphill.
There was no way it could go.
He'd gone around the edge and it was sitting down the slope from the hole, so it would have had to roll uphill in order to go in. It was not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's kind of, how we talk about in football or basketball, an official needs to swallow their whistle, like just don't make the call.
Swallow it. Yep.
Like that was one the official should have done, because the Europeans didn't think anything was wrong with it. The Americans didn't think anything was wrong with it. And then all of a sudden, this person that really wants the limelight to be on television steps in and goes, "Hey, ladies, hold up. You messed up." And nobody would have known, none the wiser, if they just would have let them kept on playing and moved on.
Yep.
And because it wasn't going to fall, Nate. It just it'd been different if you'd have seen it oscillating and the competitor went over and like brushed it away.
It was not going in, no way.
But that was not the case.
So what do you guys think about this? I just thought of this. Obviously, you could really only do this during match play. Football, I guess, is basically the only sport where you're allowed to decline penalties.
This is a thing I said.
What if they have a chance to decline the penalty? I'm just curious. I know they can't.
They can't, but they can. And let me tell you how. Okay.
So Kyle has the perfect reason how.
So let me tell you how. So, all right. So I love Nelly. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Nelly's awesome. Dadgum. But I love her my damn self. But she talked about how like distraught she was. Oh, this is a terrible thing, blah, 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 blah. But you can concede a hole at any point in time. Okay?
She could have conceded the next hole.
So if she felt it was such a travesty and so wrong, this, that, and the other, when they walk onto the next tee box, she says, "We can see this hole. We're back to even. Let's move on." That obviously didn't happen. So yes, you can't decline it there, but you can make up for it basically. Like if you get to the next tee box and that was BS, you could have the hole. You could have basically given up that hole.
Make it a wash.
Yeah, I told Kyle this happened at the last Solheim Cup with Suzanne Pedersen, the Swede, and a competitor, an American, putted and left it, I don't know, a foot short or left it a foot from the hole, and went ahead and picked their ball up and started going the next hole. And Pedersen said, "I didn't concede that to you, so you lose the hole." And then there was like an argument, and the Americans were saying that's poor sportsmanship, and the European coach was not happy that Suzanne Pedersen did that. So the European team was trying to decide what they wanted to do, and that was the option. And they said, "Well, we can just give the Americans the next hole and then we're even." And Pedersen was like, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, I'm not doing that. And then the same thing happened in the President's Cup when the Americans won down in Australia, and Louis did not. They told Louis he could give the American the hole the next hole. And Louis was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
Yeah. Like that. So you could, if you felt like the rule is unfair, there's ways that you can make it right. And they obviously didn't. So they won their match by 1 point. It will be so interesting to see if that ends up being a factor at the end. I was wrong. It's 9-7. So, but it is 2 points. So the Americans got some work to do today.
So if the Americans come back and they win by, let's just say they win by 5. Let's say they sweep. They win by like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Then
it'll be forgotten.
It's kind of a moot point. But if they only win by 1, or if they win by half, what if they win by half?
Probably. I mean, I think it's probably like the Ryder Cup. You have to win by 1 to retain it, or half if you've already if you've won it previously, you only have to win by half. Isn't that the way the Ryder Cup works?
It's something like that. You have to win.
You got to win by half to retain it if you're the defending champion, but you got to win by a point in order to take it.
I'm embarrassed. I don't know that, but it's something like that. And I don't.
And we're just average guys, man.
We're just average dudes. We're just this is
on.
Yeah, but listen, Kyle. Now that you've introduced all your new stats to this, now you're held to a higher standard.
That's true.
So if you're going to start using your calculator on your player of the year and most points per event, most favorite cup point, you need to start.
So a little behind the scenes on this stuff. For the listeners, a little behind the scenes. We're texting what we're going to talk about on the pod beforehand, and Kyle throws out this stat, and he was like, "That's what you used last time." I was like, "We live in a different world now, Kyle. That's not how that works." We're changing the rules this time.
I know
Nate, Go ahead. No, you're good.
I told Nate in the text, I was like, I got to update my formula now because obviously Patrick CANlay won again.
That's right.
Yes.
Patrick CANlay.
And if you've been looking at my burnt shoulders this whole time and you've just been completely distracted, you do want to check out Ben's hat. Because I didn't think it could happen, but it looks worse than Kyle in a driving cap. Like you've got 2 different shades of blue going on, and then you got your microphone, which is a different shade of blue.
Yeah.
Like you definitely look like you should be shoveling coal onto a train in Scotland right now.
Or you're going back to your cell and Shawshank.
Yeah. Hey, put it on backwards real quick. Put it on backwards real quick. You look like a 70-year-old playing in a band. There you go.
Yes, you're the drummer. You're the drummer. That's awesome.
That is so cool.
The other way
by so cool, I mean horrible.
Yeah, it's like he's about to get, like I said, Ben's about to go back to his cell in Shawshank Redemption.
There's no doubt.
It's like so many layers of blue.
It doesn't
he's sitting in prison taking all the bets on who's.
It doesn't have the button on the front. I wish it had the button so I could
that would definitely
be a little bit higher. But
that would make a big deal.
It doesn't have the button in front. So well. So now Kyle and
they can save it now.
Kyle and I both have this hat, Nate. So know where you know what's got to happen now.
I tell you what, Ben, you go shirtless on the pod, and I'll wear a hat for the next month of podding.
Oh,
that's a deal. Hey, that's out there.
By the way, speaking of wearing something,
don't you dare change this subject.
You didn't play in our group the other day. I won with cargo shorts on.
You won the team match. Yes, you did.
Won the team match with cargo shorts on.
Yeah. Who's your partner?
He played with Brewer.
Yeah.
Okay. A guy who wears a hat like that sometimes. So if he had been wearing it, yikes. Yeah, but no, I'm sorry that I missed losing to you in your cargo shorts. But then again, if I'd have been in your group, you wouldn't have won. So that's kind of
we also played from the grown man tees. So there's the difference there.
Oh, I was waiting for that one.
That one was you knew
just
that one was
teed that one right up.
Yeah, you did.
Knew that one was coming.
That's what happened
for sure. So this was Nate's bachelor weekend.
Yep.
He's an aspiring dad bod. He's got to get one thing under his belt first. Well, I guess technically 2 things under his belt, but
which are
you got to get married, number 1.
Yeah.
You gotta have a kid so you can be a dad bod instead of.
That's true.
Yeah. So we got to get one under our belt. This was his bachelor weekend. Played a ton of golf. I feel like is that
so
that true?
Yesterday, Friday night, we obviously we went out and a lot of beer. Couple tequila shots, and so everybody just dropped like flies. We had an 8:40 tee time yesterday to be done before the game, and so bachelor weekend Saturday. I usually work Saturdays. I'm off. I'm so excited. Big golf game. It is me and another guy on Saturday morning. Our group dwindles to 2 guys, and he's like probably 52 years old, 55 years old. Pete,
there's no way you let the other guys live this down, man. The fact that you made
it's just me and Pete. I was wearing a Swannies polo. Just chugging water. And the thing is, and this happened this morning as well, because I went out again last night and I dropped it low a few times. So the first time I went to go read a putt was miserable.
Dropped it low a few times.
But you have got to get back on the train. I shot 8 over through the first 6 holes and 4 over through the next 12. And the difference was I took a tequila shot today on the 7th tee box. So next time I'm playing hungover golf, I'm just starting with a tequila shot.
There you go. Start with it. Get the juices flowing. And
Me and Jose Cuervo.
Hey, take a
first tee box.
Take a break tonight, shall you? And just get a little rest.
Dude, I got like 17 glasses of boiled water today.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
That's
awesome. We played golf on my bachelor weekend as well, and it was quite an excursion, so to speak, the night before. So, and then you go play. We played 36. We played 36 for fun. Why did I do that? We played 36 holes the next day. So that was it's good times though. So we're Nate's getting married here pretty soon, and we're pretty fired up for it. And he played a lot of golf this weekend, and you got to do that. You got to get it in.
We're not going to require you also to pod during your honeymoon. We're not going to require it, but
we'll do some pre-recorded stuff.
It's going to be highly suggested. We're not going to require it, but it's going to be highly suggested.
So that would be an awesome way to start off my marriage. Like she already loves how much I pod now. Like, hey, do you want to go down to the beach at this exotic location? No, I've got to hang out with Ben and Kyle and talk about off-season stuff.
Yeah. Do they have Wi-Fi in the wherever we're going?
You do need to mess with it a little bit and go ahead and start checking in the Wi-Fi.
The skins challenge just happened, babe. We got to recap it.
Yeah. Leave some notes for us. Say, hey, can you call the resort and check on the Wi-Fi? And if you could get the up and download speed on that, so we can. It's really going to make a difference.
Sweetheart, can you contact Delta and ask them if my mic can get through checked? Can get my pod mic can get checked? I'm a little bit worried about that. See what she says. Is
there going to be enough room in the suitcase?
Yeah.
Microphone.
Should I take another case from a pod material? That'd be godly. You'd never. Yeah, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. But it'd be funny.
I say enough dumb stuff as it is without planning to.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe don't do that. Getting back to the real golf portion of things,
for sure.
Kyle didn't play that well on the front nine, but on the back, he got the Sweetrollz putter working for him.
Yep.
He was at one point he was only one over. I don't know how 18 ended because I got mad at myself and went and got in the cart. I'm not real sure how 18 ended. Well, I mean, I'm out there in the middle of the fairway and ended up bogeying the hole. So, I parred the hole. My partner ended up missing his birdie putt, even though I gave him a read. So yeah, I'm not real sure how you how well you did, but you putted very well on the backside with your Sweetrollz putter grip.
Yeah,
is it blue and with
it's called the Mahalo version. I think it's like the blue Hawaiian flowers. It looks pretty sweet. I got it on my Scotty Cameron, the same putter that Patrick CANlay uses. And he just starts stroking it in.
Interesting.
So on the back nine, when I started kind of playing, some better golf, and I'd, stroke it and it was going in, I'd just say Sweetrollz.
He would.
Boom, when it's like 3 or 4 feet out, and just boom.
And he made some of those 6 and 8 foot par putts, just like CANlay does.
Boy,
for sure.
Our putter that is shaped like the
phallic putter
is a little long. We've talked about getting it cut down. This may not even be good publicity.
Which part?
But I want to the
shaft. Which shaft?
The one with the grip on the end.
That's phenomenal.
And we've been I just walked right into that one. Wow.
That's phenomenal.
I was trying to tiptoe around it, keep it clean, keep it careful.
He was ready, man.
I was ready.
Kyle was just sitting around the corner just waiting to just
he was sitting in the back of his mind. He was going, please let him mention the length of this putter. Please.
I said cut it down, and he said what part? Oh gosh.
Which
we were talking about getting the silvery flashy part of it trimmed down, and then maybe put a Sweetrollz grip on it.
I like it.
You should.
And I don't know which one. That you definitely want to.
I don't know that they like that they may not want that on their social media.
No,
but it would
at least the grip on the social media. Let's leave the bottom part of the putter off the social media.
For sure.
Like at the end of the never mind.
There you go. Just the tip.
Sweetrollz with a Z.com.
Sweetrollz Golf.
Sweetrollz Golf with a Z.com.
Use code DADBOD20. This is going completely off the rails.
Off the rails.
Yeah.
This is off the charts.
DADBOD20.
Put my shirt back on.
Take 20% off your grip or your hat. They got some sick hats. You can match them up to your putter. You can get you can get the print on your hat the same as the print on your putter and just look like a complete baller. You better roll it good if you do that though. For sure. Sweetrollzgolf.com, Dadbod20, take 20% off your order. This is episode 38. It's been a blast. I'm just glad I could stay focused with Nate with no shirt on the whole time. It was
a little bit. I did not start us off good. I mean,
you practiced.
I had it all in my mind. I was going to be like, good morning and welcome to the Dad Bod Golf Pod. And then it just came out like,
it was enjoyable.
Yeah, you got a little nervous. That's all right. Hey, and we got even better episodes coming later on in the week, including tomorrow. So pretty excited about it. So thank you guys.
We should have a couple of interviews this week. Definitely got one tomorrow that y'all are going to want to check out. A story that involves Michael Jordan.
And some pro golfers.
The pro golfers
and Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan's by far Michael Jordan's by far the best.
Stay tuned for that one. Follow us on social media. Dadbod Golf Pod everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube. We're getting up there. We need more subscriptions. We want to do this live. We want to chat. We want to do call-ins. We want to have a lot of fun with you guys. You guys are the reason we are able to do this. We've been getting texts of people ordering Sweetrollz. We've been getting tweeted at. Colonel Steve ordered a grip and a shirt and a hat, I believe, this weekend. That kind of stuff is awesome. And we're glad that you guys are supporting the folks that are supporting us. Listen tomorrow. And we will catch you. Like I said, we'll catch you tomorrow. The only daily golf podcast out there. So
Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always stroking.
Always stroking.
Yeah, buddy.